Today's video is brought to you by Johnny Santos' comment, as he recommended Arbuckle Golf Club, which is right near Calusa, and got the idea when I played Calusa Golf Course. So be sure to subscribe to the channel, don't be a reoccurring viewer, and feel free in the comment section to recommend where I should play next. A 1v1 in the golf vlog community, more than likely. I'm at Arbuckle Golf Club, and this is what it's like. Little expensive for my liking. On a Friday, I had to pay $28 for 9 holes, but you know what? It's a 1v1. Check out the putting green to the left. That place could probably get dangerous on a Saturday. This is a all uphill par 5. There's basically farmland to your right and a golf course to your left. You just got to hit it up this hill. This was a wet day. It had rained rather recently. So if you've ever played Tilden Park, hole number 1, this is like a par 5 version of that hole. And you're just hitting balls and they're stopping. I actually hit my driver. It hit and went back. And that's how wet it was. That gap wedge was so bad, I thought it might be good with that big fat dookie divot. Came up short, hit a pitch. And you're not going to see these. I thought it'd be avant-garde and cool to film into the sun. It just looks terrible. So those holes do not look all that great for that matter. Let's go to this next hole. There's farmland to the right that runs parallel to the first hole. There's trouble left. There's a bunker you're going to see in a couple of minutes, and it goes about $1.50. Maybe it's about $1.55 or so. It was rather cold this day. There's a power line, but that bunker plays very, very strategically into the shot you can hit into this hole. I thought I could hit it further, probably like most golfers, lying to myself to say that I'm better than I am, which I always do, and tried to hit some form of a flop shot that I was incapable of executing to get a par. So I left myself that stroke and got myself that score. This was a pretty cool hole. It's a 420-yard hole. It's framed not on landscape but in hole design, probably like the Kiowa Island holes have been described to me, where it didn't play like a 420-yard hole. And I say that because I had an 8-iron in. And for me, and the average distances I hit, that's pretty good into a 420 or a 430-yard hole. Now, it helps that it was downhill as well. But I thought that was a cool framing. And a lot of, I'd say that a lot of this course, the greens are nice. They were punched when I played them. But there's some elements where this hole in particular reminds me of Bayonet hole number 6, where you're kind of going downhill. You got some city view. It does have some similarities with that and the trees and just kind of being difficult, but you wouldn't expect it to be as difficult as it is. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going. You're not going to see much on this hole. It was all into the sun. I pulled my tee shot. It's all uphill. Basically, the crabgrass grabbed it. I thought I hit a great shot. I really didn't. That's always a bummer. I thought I pulled it with my body. I just left the club face open. It went out right. And from there, I hit a pretty good bunker shot. PSA. Always rake up after the bunkers. Grounds crew. They work hard. So just, help and fix out and take care of stuff. So I had this, didn't make the putt. Once again, I know it's the season, but I really want to play some golf courses that aren't punched, because it's like, I think my last 4 rounds I've been playing golf on punched greens, and it's like, what the freak, dude. This par 5 was really cool. It's like a super dog leg. There's a tree in the middle of the fairway, and that tree plays there strategically, so you can't take the most advantageous angle to go at this green. I stayed right, and I'm like, oh, I'm smart. I'm going to just slow my swing down, make the ball go right, hit the slice on command wrong. Hit it down this hill. There's my ball. There it is. That's a Titleist NXT, because I can play those sometimes because I'm not a pro. There's a white stake. I don't know what that means. So someone leave in the comments, because I never played competitive golf. Dropped right here. Taking a stroke penalty. That's a 4. So this is my birdie shot into the hole. And you can see how that tree plays into going for it and your approach shot. There's a tree that protects the hole, almost like a hazard. So got a bogue there. Look at how terrible my feet are lined up. Out to left, come over the top. You know that's going to be a cut or a slice. You better believe it. So this is about a 370-yard, slight dogleg left hole where you probably want to be hitting a wedge in. I definitely had a wedge in, but look at the tree trouble I had. Tried to film it in an avant-garde way because I wanted to display how much the trees can come into play. And I think that's also another reason why this course reminds me of Bayonet. I'm not sure just how fast the greens are because they were punched, but everyone I've played with in this general area have told me that this course and Plumas Lake are the best greens basically in this general area. I typically play Plumas Lake because it's really, really good greens. Don't love my hand position at the top of that swing, but I'm not mad at that strike. Tried to get an 8-iron, this downhill hole once again. Tried to get that about $170, and that was just too much of an ask and came up short. Hit a good chip, and now you're going to see that super cool editing. Whoa, that was trippy. How did I do that? And long range, got the par. Hole 8, this is a dog leg left. But once again, a lot of their dog leg lefts, you can hit the super cut around and just hit a massive cut if you take the right line. That's what I did. 8-iron once again into this hole. And you're going to see that was actually, I thought that was a really good strike. I got that in a good quadrant of where I wanted to go. If you have trouble elevating the ball, be sure to know that there's like a little creek in front of this, and this might be a hole you don't like. Really happy with the distance I had here, but it's kind of hard to putt on sand, like punched greens. It's hard to really feel good on those. The 18th hole, which is the 9th hole, this is the very back tees. The blues and whites alternate if you're playing 18 holes at this course. I just chose to play from the furthest tees just because I was like, I'll be a stud. There's an electric fence behind you. Check it out. I'm going to show you with my glove. That's the tree I carried over. I couldn't get my bag behind me to show you the perspective. Here's my approach in. I think this was yet again another 8-iron. That was like 150 in. It didn't go very far. It's a short hole. It's like 330, but it was very wet, and I probably don't hit the ball that well. It's also a little hilly, but I thought I'd go a lot further. Hit this approach, and you can see the Arbuckle framing of the signage that gets you into the golf course. The greens and the green infrastructure remind me of Martinez's Pine Meadows, but much nicer. So if you ever played Pine Meadows, this course gave me feels of that course a little bit, but just long. So long and narrow. All in all, pretty good. Not a super huge fan of the price point because I'm like a value golfer, but I also think it's really cool that people in Arbuckle have a fantastic golf course, that they're basically spoiled to have these good of greens and people that take care of them. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment.